Hey guys, what's happening? Thanks for tuning in and watching, coming back, visiting, whatever it is you're doing. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hope you're having an awesome day or night or morning, whatever it is. I'm working in Luminar today. It's tonight for me, but it may not be nighttime when you're watching this. So I'm working in Luminar at this moment, and I do a lot of videos about Luminar. I've got 150 something out here, so like a lot. But I've been doing some other things too, as you've probably seen. So I do some vlogs, I do some Topaz Studio, I do some Aurora HDR. I like to mix it up, and frankly, I don't want you to get sick of me talking about Luminar. But even though I haven't done videos on Luminar recently, I still use it all the time. And so here's a photo I'm starting with. Here's the image. This was shot, in fact, the finished version of this, you saw it in my vlog. Well, if you watch the vlog, I'll put a link up there. The finished version actually is different than the version I'm about to show you, and that's because I am super freaking indecisive. I finished this photo, put it in the vlog, loved it, and then I came in here tonight and I started to almost record this video, and I had 4 filters, and I was like, that looks great, da-da-da, and then, of course, I'm like, well, I could do this, or I could do that, and oh, I missed that. How did I miss that? Things like that, and so I'm going to fix all that right now. So let's hop into it. Here's the original, and here's the finished photo. Slightly different, as I said, than what you saw. The first thing I did is go into the crop tool and crop it 16:9. The aspect ratio that you can choose is over here. Of course, you can make your own, which is what they call free crop, or you have these built-in ratios. I chose 16:9, did a little straightening, and stuck that sucker just like that. Cut out that little bit of branch, cut out some of the excess water. You can see what I did. Anyway, I did that, so I had a nice canvas to work with. Let me reset the filters, and then we'll jump into the edit. Okay, here we are in Raw Develop, which, I can't show that. You can't turn it on and off. But anyway, I did very basic things here. I did, basically, I reduced the highlights, added a little bit of clarity. I did a little bit of temperature and tint adjustment, so you can see that it went from that. Oh, hey, guess what else I did? I did a lens distortion correction, as you can see, fairly significant at 64. So that got the kind of bulbous look to those buildings to look a lot straighter. Part of this is I'm shooting, fairly wide at 24 millimeters, but it's just the lens does a little bit of that. So anyway, here's the before and after with Raw Develop. The next thing I hopped into is tone, and I usually use tone after Raw Develop simply because the first thing I like to do is get the light kind of right. So there's the light looking kind of right. So the big thing here was smart tone, and in fact, this is different than the version you saw in that vlog that I shared because this is brighter. I actually used more smart tone here. I took the highlights down a little bit more. The shadows I kept the same. So that made a massive difference, as you can see, from before to after. And in fact, you could very much look at this photo now and say, hey, I'm done, really. You don't really have to do a whole lot, and I didn't do a whole lot. Well, I kind of tweaked a little bit, but you could theoretically, at least, if you weren't me and kind of a freak about going in and adding more filters, you could be done there because I think it's a nice looking shot. The light looks really balanced. The colors look nice, I think. And you've got the distortion fixed. It's cropped. It's pretty good shape. But me being me, I added a few more things. So I added brilliance and warmth, and that was giving it just a little bit of kick. And then I added golden hour, just a smidge. And that brought up some of these yellows and oranges. And that is basically, except for the additional smart tone, I think I had smart tone about like that. So, that was probably what you saw on the video, whereas I was closer to like 70 or 75 or whatever it was a minute ago. I actually like it a little bit brighter, better. But that's me, I iterate, and I'll sometimes go back in and take a photo of previously edited and add some more stuff to it, or frankly, subtract some things from it. That's the beauty of digital photography. You can just like jack around forever. So at this point, I was basically done, and then I started looking at the colors, and there were a couple things that bothered me that I didn't really think about. I think part of it was when I was making the vlog, I try to get several photos done so I can put it in the vlog, because otherwise you're listening to me talk the whole time, and you're going to get sick of that probably. So I figure you want to see what I'm shooting and my final result. So sometimes I'll edit the photos, and I may, go a little too fast, even for me, and I kind of like to go kind of fast, not because I'm in a hurry, but because, I don't know, I'm not the kind of person that brag. Like you've seen people brag, I spent 4 hours on this in Photoshop, and I'm like, God, what a waste of time, you know? Not because the photo's not gorgeous, because it probably is if they spent that much time on it, but 4 hours on one photo, I feel like I'd slip my wrist or something. So anyway, that's me. Now, having said that, if it's a detailed composite and some fantasy thing that they're making, that's different. I'm talking about normal photo edits. Okay, I'm going to shut up. So HSL was the next thing I did. And take a look at the photo. Just mostly look at these oranges, yellows, and the intensity of them and that sort of thing. I just backed it down. Now, I had used Brilliance and Warmth and Golden Hour to make that pop. And again, I've talked about this a lot. Or I'll do one thing and then I'll come back around and do something to sort of counteract that. And it's really just because I'm indecisive. There's not any science behind this. I just do things and I like them, and then a few minutes later or an hour later or a month later, I'm like, yeah, I don't really like that. I want to change it. So it happens. So what did I do? I took the hue of the yellow. Let me put that back. The hue of the yellow, I just took that down and I made it a little bit more of kind of a beige, I guess. In the saturation, I took the orange and the yellow down. I just thought they were getting too intense. I probably could have just taken Golden Hour away, and that would have fixed a good bit of that, but I just left it. And then luminance on the yellow, I brightened it, basically. So the yellows, which are very much in these buildings, and it's this one here, I brightened that, basically. So if you look at those things, there it is before. The yellow, especially in this big, this kind of... what is it, Silicon Labs or whatever. Anyway, the building that's kind of wide there, it's really yellow, and the yellow here in this reflection, it was just getting to be too yellow for me, so I backed that down and made it more of a beige, and I kind of like that better. I think like that, where it's yellow, it's kind of dominating the image, especially because the image is brighter since I used more smart tone in this version than I did in the one that you've seen before. So doing these changes in HSL, which I love that filter, it gives you so much control over color. It allowed me to tone that down, and because for me it's the scene, it is the reflection, but I don't want the color of those reflections to be overdone. And of course, I love the blue. So that was really what I did. And the other thing I did not do in the previous version is remove this crane over here. I don't really know why I didn't do that. So I went and added an erased image layer, and I went in and I took that crane out, and that crane is gone. And now I think I'm done with the photo, but I'm not going to do another video with this photo in it. Too, in this short amount of time frame is plenty, believe me. But I think I came a long way. I think the photo looks great. I'm clearly biased because it's my photo, but I think I did a better job now that I've made a couple of additional edits than when I originally shared this in the vlog. But hey, you be the judge. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe, hit that little bell to get notified when I post new videos, which is kind of a lot lately. I've been doing about 3 a week, and it's fun. So I don't know how long I can keep that pace up. It's a lot of work, to be honest, but it is fun. So that's it. I'm going to give you back the rest of your day. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope this helped. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and do share if you don't mind. I love it when people share my stuff because I'd love for more people to see my videos and subscribe to my channel. And that's it, my friends. Thanks for watching. I'll see you real soon. Have a great day. Take care, and adios.